a rigged deal here. We have a rigged country.
We have seen the rise of politically motivated prosecutors who don't care for impartiality. They have been quietly but aggressively cultivating a two-tiered system of justice.
Donald Trump pleads not guilty to 37 federal counts, becoming the first ex-president to face federal charges.
Brian Hanna, officials formally charged the former president on the federal level this afternoon, which has never happened in U.S. history before. Now, during court today, Trump was quiet, stoic even, only talking with his attorneys occasionally. In fact, we never heard from Trump directly in court. Outside the courthouse, though, we definitely saw Trump post to Truth Social, continuing those attacks on this investigation, calling it a witch hunt. During court, we also saw large groups protesting outside the courthouse today, both supporters and protesters showing up.
Well, you could see here, Caitlin, all of the Trump supporters are now out on the street as they wait for the former president here to pass by. You see here one of the SUVs. We believe he's in the third SUV or the middle SUV here. You could see, let's see if he's in this one, Caitlin. Yeah, there he is waving. He's waving. There he is. Thumbs up, Caitlin. And you could see here, there, the police, the Secret Service now pulling someone, the Secret Service, after someone ran. And obviously now the Secret Service pushed some people back, and the officers pushing people back. He ran in front of the motorcade, and police are now holding him down and arresting him. But this is an individual.
Oh, he was running out in front of cars earlier.
Today we witnessed the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country. Very sad thing to watch. A corrupt sitting president had his top political opponent arrested on fake and fabricated charges of which he and numerous other presidents would be guilty. Right in the middle of a presidential election in which he is losing very badly. This is called election interference, and yet another attempt to rig and steal a presidential election. More importantly, it's a political persecution like something straight out of a fascist or a communist nation. This day will go down in infamy, and Joe Biden will forever be remembered as not only the most corrupt president in the history of our country, but perhaps even more importantly, the president who, together with a band of his closest thugs, misfits, and Marxists, tried to destroy American democracy. Don't forget, this persecution is being done by the same weaponized agencies that for 7 years have been running illegal psychological warfare campaigns against the American people, much as if they were trying to destabilize a foreign country. From the Russia hoax to the no collusion Mueller witch hunt, to impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, the 51 lying intelligence offers. How about them? They said it's Russia disinformation, and they knew it wasn't, which made about, according to some of the great pollsters that are right here, made from anywhere from a 10 to 17-point difference. And yet we still got more votes than any sitting president in history in the second election. And we actually did much better in the second election than we did in the first election. The fake dossier paid for by the Democrats. How about the fake dossier? Remember that one? You think that was easy to go home and say, "Hello, darling, how are you?" when they read about that? It wasn't easy at all. Spying on my campaign. We caught them spying on my campaign. The FBI, Twitter files, and so much more. It's all been a battle of disinformation, one thing after the other, and all to protect the radical left misfits. It's also no coincidence that these charges against me came down the very same day. Evidence revealed Joe Biden took a $5 million bribe from Ukraine. Took a $5 million bribe.
I need to say that former President Trump has just started making public remarks, just as he did on the evening of his first arraignment on criminal charges. That was April, when he was booked on 34 felony counts brought by the state of New York. Now, tonight, after his arraignment on federal felony charges, he's speaking again, this time to an audience of his supporters that's gathered for a campaign fundraiser tonight at his golf club and summer home in New Jersey. We knew heading into this that he was planning to make these remarks. We are prepared for his pre-fundraiser remarks tonight to again be essentially a Trump campaign speech. Because of that, we do not intend to carry these remarks live. As we have said before in these circumstances, there is a cost to us as a news organization to knowingly broadcast untrue things. We are here to bring you the news. It hurts our ability to do that if we live broadcast what we fully expect in advance to be a litany of lies and false accusations, no matter who says them. And I do not say this with any glee. I hope it is clear that this is not a glib decision. We take our responsibilities seriously. We revisit decisions like this all the time. We make the best call that we can in real time, every time. But tonight, our call is this. We will monitor that speech by the newly indicted former president. We will not carry his remarks live. If he says anything newsworthy, we promise we will turn that right around and bring it back to you.
We do have now some of the sound, as I told you. We're not, and the audience, we're not carrying his remarks live because, frankly, he says a lot of things that are not true and sometimes potentially dangerous.
Whatever this spectacle is that's unfolding before us, let's remember what this case is about. Let's remember what this indictment charges. Again, Donald Trump is charged with a series of federal felonies for mishandling the most sensitive government documents that we have and for obstruction of justice, along with Walt Nauta, who is charged with intentionally setting up lies to the grand jury, to the FBI. Any way you look at this, and again, despite whatever may be going on in that restaurant, this case isn't going to be settled legally in a cafe. It's going to be settled in the court based on the facts and law.
The folks in the control room, I don't need to see any more of that. He's trying to turn this in. He's trying to turn it into a spectacle, into a campaign ad. That's enough of that. We've seen it already.
Already starting out where the Justice Department is indicating they want to work with the defense team and make arrangements so that everyone can sort of negotiate and land in a place that's agreeable to progress to trial without too many hiccups. And the defense team seemed to be quite taken aback that the judge might want to do something else and wanted to,
going forward. Now, of course, we expect a lot of litigation. We expect that the former president's legal team is going to go to bat, trying to make sure that they fight out every single thing that the Justice Department tries to restrict the president with. Jake?
All right. Obviously a fan of CNN behind Evan Perez.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated?
I don't know, but from what I am told, they are very upset with how he has treated them and talked about them.